recognize Caitlin Clark.
Oh, yeah.
And now, please welcome Emmy-winning actress and executive producer of ABC's 911, Angela Bassett.
Welcome back to the SPs.
Good evening. Pat Tillman never defined himself as only a football player. Sports was just an entry point into a way of approaching life through discipline, hard work, dedication to teammates, allegiance to a cause. Those codes ultimately carried him out of the game and towards a higher calling. And they continue to be an inspiration today with the work of the Pat Tillman Foundation, founded more than 20 years after Pat lost his life fighting for his country. Earlier this year here in Southern California, home for so many of us, a series of wildfires devastated the lives of thousands of our neighbors. But even if the damage was immeasurable, it could have been even worse, if not for a group of heroes who fought the blazes. And that included, that included two individuals whose sense of service and selflessness had their roots in the sports world where they came from.
It's weird seeing it before and after, and you have both of those pictures in your mind.
Yeah, it's almost like my heart's racing. The scenery now is calm and cool and in control. That night was sort of just a mayhem of a lot of violence and fire.
Video beat tonight from Pacific Palisades here in Southern California as multiple wildfires burn at this hour out of control across Los Angeles, turning parts of Los Angeles County into a hellscape tonight in just a matter of 24 hours. Everything is dead in fire here. There goes. The entire area here looks apocalyptic.
It's a firefighter's job to run towards the places everyone else runs from, to risk their lives to battle the sometimes unbeatable opponent. Aaron Reagan and David Walters are two of the 6,500 professional firefighters in Los Angeles County who battled the blazes in the Palisades and Altadena neighborhoods last January, a long way from their previous lives as elite athletes on the biggest stages in sports.
David Walters is fired up. He is going gangbusters on these guys.
David was a swimmer who starred at Texas before winning gold medals at the 2008 Olympics and 2009 World Championships.
It was always a dream to go to the Olympics and compete in my sport, but to actually get to represent your country, it's a phenomenal feeling to give back to your country.
Aaron was a soccer star at Wake Forest, an all-conference goalie who later played professionally in the WUSL.
I've just always liked being counted on. That's probably why I chose goalkeeper. And I think that's something that, that thing that you can't really define that led me to the career I do now. We like to say in the fire service that sometimes if you're not on the nozzle squirting the water, you're just hero support. And I feel like that same thing comes from athletics.
69, all the way up to the...
On our way to the Palisades, I hadn't fully grasped the magnitude of the situation yet. We were, it's hard to, I haven't really thought about it that much.
Millions of Americans here in one of the most densely populated stretches of America remain on alert tonight.
When you're actually there and everything's smoky and the sun is blotted out by smoke, I think it really hits you. When something's apocalyptic, it makes you feel small, and I feel like I felt that way.
It's very stressful to stay committed and that focus for that many hours, but we were feeding off of each other. A lot of this area was all standing. There was still a lot of hope. And then once we started going this whole hill, I've never seen anything.
In firefighting, there will be victories and there will be defeats, as David Walters and Aaron Reagan will tell you. But what it's really about is the will to fight and the pledge to serve. Convictions deeply embedded in who they are.
No one fights fire on their own, just like no one plays a sport on their own. There's always a team. There's a team all around you that enables you to perform. I'm just a representative of my team.
Lights will guide you home, and I will try to fix you.
Please welcome the recipients of the Pat Tillman Award for Service, David Walters and Aaron Reagan.
On behalf of the many firefighters from LA City and LA County who stood shoulder to shoulder during the fires, thank you to ESPN and the Pat Tillman Foundation. Aaron and I are honored to stand here not for ourselves, but for all the men and women who put duty above all else in these critical days, meeting the moment with skill and strength. This award is a tribute to the unwavering commitment, grit, and the bond we forged over the years of service and lessons Aaron and I learned in the pool, on the field, and in the firehouse. Personally, I want to thank my dad, my sister, Gailey, for a lifetime of support in swimming, and now my role as a firefighter with LA City Fire Department. And I want to dedicate this award to my mom, who recently died by suicide. Past recipients of this award and elite athletes have devoted their lives to mental health and suicide prevention. Issues remain urgent in public service and beyond. I truly believe that by working together, we can lessen the impact of this devastating illness. While Pat Tillman may have never used the word hero, he embodied the values that define one. He lived with courage, integrity, and compassion. The best way that I can honor his sacrifice is to live those values myself and pass them on to my son, Lucas. I love you, Luke, and I will always strive to be the parent you deserve.
I want to start by thanking my wife, Kelly, and my son, Sam, and all of the fire families who let us leave home days and weeks so that we can help other families. To echo what David said, no one fights fires of this magnitude by themselves. So we recognize that this is not an individual award. It's a team award. And we are proud to be representatives of our respective departments and every single firefighter that was out there in January. As an athlete, after you have your last practice, your last run at the championship, you're kind of always searching for that big magic you felt when you're part of something bigger than yourself, that grind through the season that you share with your teammates. For me, team bus rides became engine rides with my new team, LA County Fire Department. And that big magic became showing up for Los Angeles every day. And on our worst day, Pat Tillman left professional sports to put his life on the line for others, put his body between us and danger, and made that ultimate sacrifice. We can only hope to carry on his legacy of service and strive to live up to his example. We have this saying for this succession of responsibility in the fire service, and it gives me great honor to speak it to Pat Tillman tonight. Rest easy, brother. We'll take it from here.
We'll be right back.